Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Choosing the right retinoid over the counter for your skincare routine can be a little bit of a minefield. There's lots of different formulations, plenty of different strengths and brands to choose from. Sometimes it can be so confusing, we end up just turning off completely and decide retinoids aren't for us. In truth, there are a couple of Holy Grail products I would always recommend, and I want to share them with you today in my top 10 over-the-counter retinoids of 2023. These are going to give you wonderful anti-aging benefits in your skincare routine, and in a lot of instances, they're available at the drugstore at really affordable prices. Sit back, relax, let's talk my top 10 retinoids. Now, before we get into this video, I would love to know, what is your current retinoid of choice? What's that product that you're reaching for? Sound off in the comments section below and let me know. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and a like. This is honestly the very best way of supporting me as a content creator, because the more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. Now, I've got 10 amazing products to get through, and I want to do it short, sharp and to the point. So let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. Now, let's kick things off in 10th place with a gorgeous product, which is this, the Allies of Skin Retinol and Peptides Repair Night Cream. I love this product because it harnesses my favourite retinoid, Retinol. Now, it might only be one letter difference between Retinol and Retinol, but believe me, it's a whole different world, and I explained the differences in a recent video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. I prefer Retinol because I find it's got higher potency, it's more easily tolerated on the skin, less irritation, and it's more stable, so it lasts that little bit longer than Retinol, which tends to degrade quite quickly. The only reason this isn't higher on the list is the price point. It works out to roughly £90 to £100, which is a lot. However, in the month of February, this is currently on buy one get one free. So if you put two in your basket, one of them will be zeroed out at the checkout. So it does bring that price point down just a little bit. I justify buying this because I see it as like an entire skincare routine in one. In here, you've got antioxidants, you've got retinol, you've got some peptides, you've got some brightening agents. So you can literally cleanse the skin, apply this, and then top with a moisturizer, go to bed and wake up with gorgeous, even, and an anti-aging boost also. I do really love this product. I like the convenience of the pump packaging, but I just wish they'd bring that price point down just a little, and I promise you, this will be zooming into the top 5. In at number 9 is going to be the Trinny London Overnight Retinal Serum. Love this, again, harnessing the power of that retinol to deliver maximum benefit, minimum risk of irritation, but also some Granactive retinoid alongside it. I'm going to come on to Granactive retinoids later in the video, but another one of my favourite versions of vitamin A in terms of its derivative form that gives you a long shelf life, real gentle but effective results. The packaging, divine. I love the colour. I love the fact it's in a really easy to dispense pump, and that will also keep the ingredients fresh for as long as possible by minimising oxidation. This is packed full of oil, so I think if you've got a very sensitive, dryness prone skin type, this could be a really great option for you. It doesn't come higher up on the list because I find this is very situational. Dry skin, yes, this could be a holy grail, but for a lot of us that don't need that really rich and hydrating base, we can get the same great ingredients at a fraction of the cost, with this one charging around £60. So it's losing a few marks for that price point, but for everything else, this is stunning. Now, in at 8th position is the Paula's Choice Retinol 0.3% plus Bakuchiol. This is one of the few retinol-based serums that's actually on this list. I've kind of moved away from retinol because its inherent instability just means that you don't get that shelf life, and some studies have shown by the time you apply it to your skin, a lot of products, it's already started to degrade. Now, I do think that Paula's Choice get around this by using the pump packaging, which again minimises oxidation, but I covered some of the challenges with using retinol in a video, which again, I'm going to leave a link to up there. This is one of the few exceptions because it combines two of my favourite ingredients, retinoids and Bakuchiol. Bakuchiol is often called as like a gentle alternative to retinol. It's not exactly the same, but it does deliver very similar outcomes with much less irritation. I think the very best hack you can get in terms of anti-aging skincare is to combine whatever retinoid you choose with a Bakuchiol moisturizer. That way you're doubling down on the anti-aging benefit, and I talked about how I do this in my own skincare routine, again in a video which I'll link up there. I'm cross-referencing an awful lot, but that's because I think when it comes to retinoids, there's an awful lot to explore, and I want to give you guys the very best information to make the right calls for your own skin needs. For me, Bakuchiol moisturizer and a good retinoid together is perfection. doubling down on the benefits, not increasing the risk of side effects and irritation. And you kind of get that all-in-one product here with this Paula's Choice. It's a very gentle retinol option. This one I'd say is much more mid-strength than some of the higher potency ones we're going to come on to. But that's great if you're worried about the sensitivity that can come with a vitamin A derivative. This might be a really great option for you. Now, in at number 7, I want to introduce you to a relative newcomer to the retinoid world. This is the Dr. Sam Flawless Nightly Pro Serum. I should have mentioned earlier that I've linked all of these products in the description box below. Those links are there for your convenience, so if you wanted to check the price point wherever in the world you happen to be, the ingredients in more detail, use those links to navigate to the web pages, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of each of these products. This is a relative newcomer, like I said. Great pump packaging, which I think is becoming standard when it comes to retinoids, minimizing that oxidation, maximizing the shelf life. It's also much easier to get a very precise amount to apply to the skin. You don't want to overdo it when it comes to retinoids too much, and you just aggravate that sensitivity and irritation. By having these products in a convenient pump, it just makes it really easy to dispense the right amount. Now, this actually uses Granactive retinoid, which is a newer generation retinoid. Wonderful option because it's got a really long and stable shelf life. So if you're worried about your retinol degrading, switch up to a Granactive retinoid. Less irritating, delivers really great results, and has a longer shelf life. This actually has a 5% concentration of that Granactive retinoid, which I think is the highest I've ever seen on the market. So this definitely packs a punch. I've been trying it out for the past month, and I haven't got too much redness and irritation from it, but I definitely have noticed the results. So this is going to be a great universal product that I think almost anyone can use, about the very most sensitive skinned. Now, in at number 6, we're really kicking off our drugstore journey now. Everything this point onwards is really affordable for the formulation that you're getting. And in at number 6, I want to introduce you to the Naturium Retinaldehyde Serum. This again using this retinal, which is another word for retinaldehyde, one of my favourite forms of vitamin A derivative. And you get a really nice, gentle, hydrating base to this serum as well. It's probably one of the most lightweight ones that I've found, and I personally really enjoy that. My skin is particularly oily and acne prone, so I don't want something heavy sitting on the skin. If you have a very dryness prone skin type, you might want to go for one of the other options that's more hydrating. But I think this is great for oily, combination oily skin. You'll get the best benefits, but a really lightweight feel. It's also super affordable. I picked this up for £20, which I think is a really good price point for a high potency retinal serum that's got some other great skincare benefits too. Again, you get that pump, which is really nice. The packaging is appealing and uplifting, and I've had a really great experience with this. Most people can reach for this with minimum risk of side effects and irritation. For that price point, particularly if you have access to Naturium, say at Target, wherever in the world you live, this could be a really great option to throw in your basket. Now, zooming into the top 5, we're kicking off with the cheapest of all the products today. 5th position is this, the Ordinary Granactive Retinoid Emulsion 2%. I adore this. If you were kind of interested in that Dr. Sam one that I referenced earlier, but you're looking for something with a cheaper price point, this could be it. Same great ingredient, that Granactive retinoid, which is super stable, delivering you great results. Though just be mindful that this is a lower strength than that Dr. Sam equivalent. This actually might not be a problem for a lot of people. Not everyone wants to go in for the maximum strength option. If you're worried about side effects and sensitivity, a 2% Granactive retinoid will deliver you really wonderful results. You might just have to have a little bit of patience. Invest now for those long-term payoffs, and this is a really nice option. Of all the ordinary retinoids, this is probably the one that I would recommend, and it's the only one that features on this list. It's lightweight, it's not as greasy as some of the ones in squalane, and it sinks into the skin like that. It gives a nice level of hydration, but I always find topping this off with a moisturiser, particularly a Bakuchiol moisturiser like I referenced earlier, is the way to make sure you minimise further any risk of any dryness from that vitamin A derivative. Such a great product. Affordable, and yes, I do wish it came in a pump, which would score it a slightly higher place on this list, but I think for the price point, I'm willing to work around that, particularly as it's Granactive retinoid, which isn't likely to oxidize anyway. A really great option that I think could just work for everyone's skin type and everyone's budget. In at number 4 is the Maelove Retinal. You guys went mad for this product. Honestly, when I first went on my retinal journey, everyone was shouting out saying, Rob, try this, you'll never look back. I love it. I really do love it. It's creamy, it's rich, it definitely gives a nice level of hydration. It's got that retinal, which is my preferred form, and it just everything about this is working. As with the ordinary, this one isn't in my preferred pump bottle, but again, for the price point, for the quality of the formulation, I'm willing to overlook that. If they started doing this in a pump, it would definitely zoom up and I think actually be in contention for the #1 spot. Don't be alarmed by the colour of this, which is a really rich, like daffodil yellow. This is quite common with Retinal. It's just the natural coloration of that ingredient, and so I would actually be suspicious. If your Retinal is clear, doesn't have that rich buttercup colour to it, probably isn't in a very meaningful concentration. So actually see the coloration of this one as an absolutely good sign. Now in at number 3 is the e.l.f. Youth Boosting Retinoid Serum. This, again, a new addition to the skincare world, but definitely one that has taken it by storm. I know so many people that reach for this e.l.f. product and have loved it. It actually combines two of my passions, Retinal and Granactive Retinoid. These two together will give you maximum benefit, minimum irritation, and a really long shelf life. Coupled with the fact it's in a pump, which is really nice to see, and it's one of the more hydrating of the options. Great if you've got a dryness prone skin type, but also didn't break me out when I used it on my acne prone skin type. So one of those truly universal products. As with everything e.l.f., drugstore to its core. Maybe a little bit more expensive than some of their basic products, but you expect that because the formulation is amazing, and Retinal in particular does come with a slightly higher price point. This is worth every single penny, and if you've got access to e.l.f. products at your drugstore, definitely give this a little try on the back of your hand. That texture, you'll be sold from the first application. It glides onto the skin, it feels luxurious, hydrating, just a really, really nice product to reach for, and one that I definitely recommend. Now for the top two, this was so hard to choose because honestly, I use both of these products, used them interchangeably in my skincare routine and got game-changing results. They are both ding, 10 out of 10 Holy Grails. But I'm always committed to affordable and drugstore products, and I'm pretty cheap if I'm honest. I hate overpaying, and so I've gone for the winner being the cheaper of the two. So in second place is this. This is the Medik8 Crystal Retinal 10. They actually do a higher potency 20, and they do some lower strength options too. Now normally, because this comes with a really high price point, I would have relegated it to lower down on this list. But there is something about this formulation. It's probably the most hydrating of all the retinal serums I've ever tried. Minimizes any dryness almost completely. So if you've got a very dryness prone skin type and you're almost terrified to reach for a retinoid, start with the Crystal Retinal collection from Medik8. Your skin will love it. It will hydrate you like no other product, and you get those great retinal benefits too. I do really applaud the fact that they have different strengths. So you can start on the lowest strength, which I think is the Medik8 Crystal Retinal 1 or 2. You then work your way up in increments. You go one tube at a time, increasing until you get to the Medik8 Crystal Retinal 10 or 20 if you want to go super high potency. This means that there's a strength for everyone out there, and a lot of people say start gradual and work your way up. But that can be really difficult to understand. Medik8 kind of took the complexity out of it, created a product range that allows you to just do that within their own range of products, and I definitely applaud them for that. They get extra points for that element of innovation and for the fact that the formulation is just so good. Now let's give a big drum roll please for this year's winner, which is this, the Geek and Gorgeous A-Game 10. Now for those of you that have been with the channel some time, you'll all be going, oh really, this product again? I know, I go on about this all the time, and I'm not going to apologise for that because I genuinely use it day in, day out in my skincare routine and get really great benefits. This product proves that you can get Retinal on a budget without breaking the bank. This has the same concentration of Retinal as the Medik8 Crystal Retinal 10, and it's in a very similar formulation. I'd say that the Medik8 one is just fractionally more hydrating, but for the price differential, Medik8 £100 versus this £15. Let that sink in. For £15, you could get an amazing retinol-based serum in a super high concentration, in pump packaging with a beautiful hydrating formulation. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Cruelty-free, ticking every single box. This is one of those true holy grails and a bit of an unsung hero in the skincare world. I don't think this gets as much love as it actually deserves. And if you're looking to like start your journey into Retinal, I would say reach for this product. They do an A-Game 5, which is half the strength of this one. Great for beginners, people with very sensitive skin types. And then a lot of people choose to graduate up to this, which is the one I think gives you the very best outcomes. This is like my true skincare best friend, and I wouldn't be without it. So let me know, thoughts, feelings, opinions, and all of that in the comments section below. Which one of these products, if any, do you reach for? Are this one of your holy grails that I've missed off this list? Let's get that conversation going. But wherever in the world you are, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye!